Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, back with some more cool and unique camp locations. Kicking it off in the forest this week with a spot that's checking off a whole lot of boxes. But before I get into that, I do have a quick little disclaimer that I was not able to move my camp around to all the locations this week. So it's kind of going to be on the community this time to test each of these and find out if they actually work or not, since we have fake locations now. But this spot, of course, we've got the rad stags that you can possibly get some free food off of. That settler was alive when I got here, but then got viciously murdered by the Liberator, which is kind of sad. So just fair warning, settler could spawn here and probably get murdered. But, okay, so we got the free food, we got a cooking station, and then just to give it that one little extra thing, you've got a weapon workbench, which is awesome. Not to mention several different containers. This spot looks pretty darn solid, but I'm a little nervous because I see a cooking station and a settler, and automatically I go, oh no, it's one of the fake spots. But the little spot over there with the tree, I mean, that doesn't seem like one of the fake spots, so I'm kind of iffy on it. But if you want to check it out, it is pretty darn close to 76, and I know there's a sizable group of people that always want to camp right near 76. Now to Toxic Valley. And we are pretty much right next door to a cool and unique camp location. But now we got cultists. They're spreading like wildfire. Now this spot, you do get several different Mothman totems, which is pretty darn cool. Although it's kind of funny because all of those are in like the totem bundle. So, I mean, maybe you don't even need to camp here. But you know what's not in your little bundle? Cultists. That's right. So, cultists hang out here as usual. 3 of them. Murder them. Steal their stuff. I mean, got to do what you got to do. And, I mean, they kind of have it coming because they tried to shoot you. Now, the cool and unique camp location that was beside wasn't super special before. It was just a handful of tents. But now that you throw in, like, the Mothman totem and stuff, now it's looking like more of a legit spot. Unfortunately, it is way up at the top of the map. So I know not a whole lot of people are going to want to camp there. But, hey, a little bit of privacy. Now, let's hop down to the opposite side of the map and go down to the Ash Heap. To another cultist spot. I know, so many new cultist spots got added in, but I think I've pretty much went to most of them that I've come across. Now this spot, pretty darn simplistic. You got the Mothman totem, you got some bones, and then you got some cultists. But you do get a pretty nice view. I mean, yeah, and then beyond that, there's not much going on here. Totem, nice view, and cultists. Now, sadly, this time I don't have all 3 bodies side by side because when I was running over here, one of them had to run up the hill at me, screw up my whole collection of dead bodies. I mean, they're really inconsiderate cultists, all right? If they had thought about my feelings, they would have all died nicely in a row for display purposes. I'm crazy. Now that location, I'm kind of iffy on how good or bad that is. I mean, at least you're somewhat close to a train station. But then again, I know a lot of you don't like the Ash Heap. I like it, but most people don't. Now to Savage Divide, where I'm sure quite a few people have been waiting for me to show this one. The lovely little waystones. Isn't that what they are? I don't know. I know I was going to show it way back in the first episode, but there were a bunch of people making speculation videos on the waystones. Oh, what does it mean? All the mysterious writings. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a good thing I didn't make a video right off the bat, because it gave me time to decipher what is going on. Now, to be fair, most of it is gibberish, alright? Doesn't matter. What does matter is this one right here on the left, alright? You gotta follow me on this, alright? So there's a little dude standing there. You can see his little nose sticking out. Got some antennas shooting out the back of his head. He's got an arm sticking out. He's holding a bow. Alright, and then the thing right above his head, that's the sun. What it's telling you is that when the water fills Lake Hyrule, you shoot an arrow into the sun, and light arrows. That's how that works. It's a completely legitimate story, alright? At least my made-up idea makes perfect sense. We're just in the wrong game. Location, it's kind of iffy, because I have seen Scorched Beast hanging around somewhat near this spot, but at the same time, you were pretty darn close to RNG Station, which is my favorite. Now, to the mire. Oh, the mire. There's not a whole lot going on here, sadly, alright? So we've got a wood pile. Well, a wood extractor pile kind of thing. Not your normal wood pile. And you do get an NPC hanging out here, chopping wood. Side note, if you time taking a photo just right, you can make it look like that person's about to hit you in the face with an axe, and it is awesome. Alright, that's just a nice little side takeaway from this. You do get a pickup truck, suit, flower, whoop-de-doo. I can't imagine too many people hanging out here, given the history of wars that take place on the bridge to the left of here. So, yeah, interesting spot, but it comes with a whole lot of risk given its location. But you are close to the start of going and getting you a sheep squatch, so that's something. Overall, location-wise, you're not far from Harbor Ferry, close to the start of an event, but right near a war zone, so not too good. Now to Cranberry Bug, where I'm doing something slightly different this time. So right here, at this little telephone pole, there's a raider NPC that chills here. Alright, kind of cool. Nothing else really going on. Of course, right above this, there's the Deathclaw that people love to farm. But, alright, so we got that guy. Now you book it. Run the direction I'm going. Keep on going. Almost there. Alright, right here. Got another NPC just chilling. Paying for gold. Doing a horrible job. He could have just went, hey, buddy, you got some gold? And I'd just thrown gold at him. Just for the fun of it. Now, we're going to run this way. It's not another NPC, but I want to make note of a nice little random spawn over here. Where, yeah, an NPC did spawn, but it could be a lot of different things. I would not camp at the random spawn because you're going to block it. But the other two locations may very well be a spot that you could throw down a camp and the NPC continue to spawn there even with your camp there. Or maybe you build your camp right in between the two so you have like an NPC on the outskirts of your camp on both sides. It's really up to you. That is going to wrap up all the locations I've got for you this week, but don't worry, I'll be back before you know it with even more locations. I mean, it'll still be 6 because that's how I roll. But I hope you've enjoyed this. As usual, please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.